one of several Democrats seeking to challenge Florida resident Roger Marshall as our, you've heard of him, okay, as our next U.S. Senator. Please welcome sixth generation Kansan, Patrick Schmidt.
Thank you so much. We just finished our final day of regular session in Topeka. We're not going to expand Medicaid. We're not going to get property taxes done. We're not going to fully fund special education. We're not going to raise pay for state employees. We're giving ourselves a 4% raise. We're giving state employees 1%. Last time I checked, inflation is 4.5%. But I do think that there's a lot of reason for optimism. Jordy was talking about what we saw in Minneapolis. Cities all over the country are looking at what happened in Minneapolis when thousands of thugs showed up with guns, murdered 2 people, but they fought back and they kicked ICE and CBP out. They got Kristi Noem fired, and they're teaching thousands of people, thousands of organizers all over the country about what you can do, not just in your state, not just in your city, but on your block. And one of the things that I've been doing over the last few months that I think has been most effective is not in the State House, where the supermajority controls every single thing that goes on. But it's telling people that if you sign up to be a precinct committee person, you can get 5 people out to vote, you can get 10 people out to vote, you can get 20 people out to vote that maybe wouldn't have voted otherwise. And let me tell you why that's important. Because in 2022, there were 6 seats that the minority lost in the Kansas House statewide by a combined 1,400 votes. The closest was by 40 votes. The next closest was by 140 votes. We lost 1 state Senate seat in 2024 in Leavenworth, Kansas by 16 votes. Most expensive state Senate race in Kansas history, $1.2 million. I raised $1.2 million when I ran for Congress in 2022. $1.2 million, we lost it by 16 votes. If everybody here got 5 or 10 more people registered to vote, it would be an earthquake. It would be an earthquake. And when it comes down to supporting our next Democratic governor here in Kansas, if we pick up a few extra House seats this cycle, we can do it. And that starts with House seats here in Manhattan. And so I'm asking you guys to think about what you can do on your block, what you can do in your precinct, what you can do in your subdivision to make a difference this cycle. There's a lot of people here. I hope that everyone here is registered to vote. But we all know the people that need an extra nudge, a little extra love, a little extra attention. But that is what is going to make a difference. Because and Don can tell you better than I can, but when diesel gets over $6 a gallon this year, we are the ones that are going to have the momentum. And I can tell you, as I spent some time in Bahrain as a naval intelligence officer, unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with this war for the rest of the year. People are going to be dying. Kansans are going to be dying because of this war. We have an opportunity to take power back, to help send a message, to help restore accountability in Congress and in Topeka this cycle. And I hope every one of you think about how you can do it, not just today, but for the next, I think it's 225 days until election. So that's what I'm preaching. I'm trying to practice what I preach. I've recruited 2 candidates this cycle for county commission and State House, labor members, they're gonna help us fight for everybody. It's the broadest coalition that we can build this election cycle to get accountability back. So thanks for having me.
And there's voter registration right over here if you want to follow Patrick's advice, right over here.